I just got broken up with and I need ways I can get over it because I shouldn't be sad over it. And you know what? You will realize. Hey girls, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm Makiyah Michelle. Today we have another safe place for the pretty girls episode. In today's video, we are discussing what my life has been like since graduating, everything that's new, and we also have a Q&A from our girls on Instagram. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Okay girls, let's get into the tea, okay? It has been so long since I've done just a straight up sit down talk with you guys, and I really feel like I need a video that was going to represent this period of life I'm in because I'm in a really pivotal patch. We need something that's going to showcase this new era, okay? Like a little heart to heart with the girls. As you guys know, we've had a lot of changes happen recently, going from college girl to BSN to now RN. We've had a lot of big things happening, which is really exciting. And another thing that's really exciting that I don't even think I've spoke about on my channel yet is the fact that Safe Place is now a podcast. Y'all, I'm so excited about that. That was like such a big girl decision for me. I wanted this to go a little bit further than YouTube, that's one. And for two, I wanted it to be something that you guys can watch and listen to on the go. Of course, you can only watch it on YouTube, but now you can find the audios on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. For all my girls who may be in class like I was, I used to love a good podcast on the way to class in the morning because sometimes all that rah-rah with the music, it's a little bit too much. We need something calm, just a girl talking to you in the morning, coming through the speakers. Thank you. So I'll put the links in the description box so you guys can access it that way. Another thing that's going to be in the description box for you guys is going to be the links to all these products. So don't get in the comments asking me what's this, what's this, what's that. Check the description box because it's always there when we're doing our makeup. But like I was saying, y'all, we are in such a turning point of my life right now. I am 21 years old. I'm starting to grow a stronger sense of what I want out of life and what I want my life to look like. And with that has also come a sense of frustration, like knowing what you want but not knowing how to execute it. And at this age, we have these huge dreams, these big ideas, probably some of the best ideas of our lifetime because they're from our fresh, young minds, but we don't really have the resources. Well, we feel like we don't have the resources or the experience or the knowledge to get what it is that we want. And with that feeling that you don't have the credentials to implement the ideas that you want, it can really lead to you feeling stuck because it's just like, I don't know what steps to take. And that's kind of where I've been. It's like, okay, you have this big vision, but how do I get there? And what I'm noticing is that feeling of being stuck is one, procrastination, and two, a distraction. And once you can acknowledge it as that, it makes it so much easier to make action against it. I'm also in this era where I'm doing a lot of growth. I definitely think this past year has been one of the most transformational years of my life because so many things have changed, but that does not mean I was happy throughout this past year. It was also one of the hardest years of my life, okay? And if you know anything about growth, you know you definitely get to a point where you're kind of at a plateau. Through letting go of things that no longer serve me, through going to therapy and all those things, I've done enough growth to the point where who I am no longer coincides with who I've been, but I haven't done enough growth to the point where old habits are abolished. And that's where the internal conflict starts to come in, okay? Because I'm somebody who loves instant gratification. I love knowing that if I pay for something, I'm gonna get it. I love the exchange where you give something and you get something right away. But if you know anything about personal development, it doesn't work that way, Bookie. It doesn't work. You're investing and investing and investing. The return might come years later. And I just had to accept that with shedding old skin, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a patch or two of old skin that still lingers around, okay? If you look at a snake shedding their skin, they be having some patches, some dry patches here and there, and that is okay. I can show up as a great version of me today, but be met with something that shows an old version of me tomorrow. And it reminded me of something that I said to my girls on Instagram a minute ago about learning lessons. You know those group chats on Instagram? I was talking to my girls on there, and I was basically saying the beauty of rebranding is the fact that there's still remnants of what came before. The idea that this new version is improved. New and improved, not totally new, which means it's better built off of the basis that came prior. And sometimes you have to learn a lesson a few times for it to stick. I'm going to apply it to college because y'all know I'm a college girl at heart. But when you are in a lecture, are you then ready to take the test right after? You're absolutely not. You have to go home. You have to reread the information. You have to study it. You have to do flashcards. You have to exercise that knowledge in order for you to be able to apply it. And the same thing happens with life's lessons. And that's because repetition enhances human learning. Sometimes it's going to take more than one experience, more than one time of going through something for you to know better the next time. Y'all know that video on Nicki Minaj? She's like, you're not going to understand it the first time. The second time, you're going to be like, wow. Like, it takes a little bit for the lesson to settle in and for you to be able to know better. And one thing I love is when I go back to things I've said, and yes, it helps y'all, but it also helps me. Like, I need to hear things that I say over and over again sometimes for it to stick for me as well. So when I felt like I was getting to this plateau area within my growth, I began to question my growth. I was like, well, have I even grown yet if these old habits are still there? But it's kind of like being in the gym. You might not see the progress day by day, but if you take last year's photo and today's photo, the difference is clear as ever. Bumbleclad! Let me just drop my concealer. Y'all, I can't stand makeup on my hands. The only makeup product I can deal with on my hands is powder. Everything else drives me insane. Like, I have to wipe it off right away. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like a sensory thing, but I just cannot deal with it. Let me do some highlighting. I'm trying some new products today, y'all. Not this concealer. Y'all know this is my holy grail. Y'all, I also want to talk about graduation really quickly because I went through something that I didn't even know existed, which was the graduation blues. And it was basically the fact that graduation has so much anticipation surrounding it. Like, you're so excited. Everybody's talking to you like, oh my gosh, you're about to graduate. And then the day comes, it's very anticlimactic. At least it was for me. Maybe some people felt on top of the world the day they graduated. I didn't. I was looking around like, that's it? Like, I just walked like, it's over? And afterwards, I was not feeling good. Up until I had to study for my NCLEX, I kind of got back on the hamster wheel and I felt excited again. But then I took that and I passed and was like, what now? And I think I'm just not used to not having that constant pressure anymore. Like, not having assignments after assignments after assignments or something to chase. It's like, you chased it, you got it, and now what? But it pushes me to my next topic because you guys used to always ask me, how do you balance everything? I would say, wow, how ironic and funny that they asked me how I balance everything because I never thought I did a good job, okay? I'm somebody who's very all or nothing. It's hard for me to simultaneously focus on more than one thing. So when I was dedicated to school, I definitely did feel like my content fell short, which I'm sure we can all agree with. And I think for the longest time, I've just been posting kind of aimlessly, and it's led me to feel bored with my content. Like, you know, Beyonce's song Haunted, and she's like, I'm climbing up the walls so all the shit I hear is boring. That's literally how I felt in regards to content. Also, halfway through my college career, was it halfway through? During my junior year of college, I quit my job, so then content became my job, and then it also felt like a chore. So I was posting aimlessly. It was like, oh, I really need to post this and do this because I started getting deals and everything like that. And it just got boring for me. And at times, I definitely felt a little suffocated because under the academic stress, there was not really much room for me to think creatively. And when you're not creative with something like this, it's not fun anymore. It sucks the life out of it. It drains the life out of it when you feel like you have no room to be creative or you feel like you have to rush your content or projects or deals or whatever. All that pressure and stress is just not a good place for any creative to thrive, because I think I've definitely had moments of great content and great content quality, but it's never been consistent. And when I say consistent, I mean in terms of how often I post and in terms of the quality that I'm posting. Like, one vlog will be so good up here, I'll love it, and then the next vlog will be a damn mess. It'll be choppy and all over the place. Or halfway through the vlog, it looks like the girl gave up. Like, I don't want that for us. I think my channel, my content has always had so much potential, but it's never been something that I've channeled fully, which I really want to do moving forward. I just really want my content and my socials to be a fun place for me to express myself while still bringing authenticity and quality. Okay, girls, and now it's time to get into some of the questions you guys asked me on Instagram. Okay, I'm starting off with the easy questions, girl. The first one is, what did you use or would you say helped you pass the NCLEX? And congrats. Thank you so much, girl. Okay, so for my NCLEX, I really used a little bit of everything because I was determined not to fail. Like, I was really asking any and everybody what to use. So I used UWorld, NCLEX Bootcamp, NCLEX Crusade, and Marquee Lectures. Out of those four, I would say use Marquee, use NCLEX Crusade here on YouTube. It's free. Of course, the Mark K lectures are on Spotify as well. And NCLEX Bootcamp questions. NCLEX Bootcamp questions are much more vague than UWorld questions, which is more like the NCLEX. I didn't even use much of my UWorld Q Bank, but I used the whole Q Bank for NCLEX Bootcamp. The next question is, do you still want to... I have so many questions in here about aesthetics. You guys are asking me, do I still want to do it? What services would I offer? And if you can come in for your lip filler yet. Yes, girl, I still want to pursue a career in aesthetics. It's not going to be right away because I have to get some experience under my belt first. But that is always my end goal, is to do aesthetics. That dream has not left me. Okay, girl, now we getting a little real. This one says, I just got broken up with and I need ways I can get over it because I shouldn't be sad over it. And you know what? You a real ass. You're not far gone at all, because if you could admit that, you're already doing great. I'm glad you know that. So to get over a breakup, I always say you need to get busy. You need to get a hobby so you are not bored to the point where you go back to that man. Fill up your schedule a little bit. Idle time is the devil's playground. When you're going through something like that and you give your brain too much time to just sit around and think, that's when bad things happen. You need to get busy. I always love saying physically active because not only is it a way for me to be busy, but it also helps me get hotter. And we all love that. So be busy. Also spend time with your friends and family. Be around people who actually love you. And one thing about women, which I definitely want to speak on in another video, a little bit more in depth, but we are natural creators. Our bodies are literally made to create. So putting that energy into creating something always goes a long way. I think at one point in time, I was making myself a whole website that I never even used, because I wasn't sure how to get a domain. But the project of doing that, something creative and just experimenting, was so therapeutic. Obviously, you have other art forms like painting or whatever the case may be, but something where you can create will take so much of your energy and time, and investing it in something you'll be able to see. And then the last thing I want to say regarding breakups is never make any decisions at night. I feel like at night emotions always feel so much heavier, but if you can make it to the morning, it feels so much better. I don't know what it is. Like, night, everybody gets sad, start missing that person. Wait it out till the morning. Do not do anything at night. Don't text him. Don't look at pictures. Don't do any of that. By the time the sun comes up, your agenda's back full. You have way more important things to do. The next question says, what's your advice to girls that are 18 plus and just starting their life? You inspire me. Thank you so much for that, girl. What would be my advice for 18-year-olds? Okay, you guys know I have a full video about this. I'll link it down below as well. Right now, the best advice I can give is to get out of your comfort zone. Try something new. Try making new friends. Try new foods, travel new places, whatever the case may be, but just get out of your usual environment and whatever your comfort zone is. Don't be scared to put yourself out there, because that is where growth is going to come. Growth is going to come from doing the hard things. It's not going to come from staying in one place, staying complacent, or continuing doing things that you're used to. So whatever it may be, switch your life up a little bit. Maybe go to a different cafe to study. Meet new people, talk to people, challenge yourself to build new connections and new relationships with people who think differently from you, because that's what's going to broaden your scope and view of the world. Then we also have some questions about how life has been since becoming a nurse and how I feel now that I'm an official RN. And to that I can say, I don't really think it's set in yet. Like, I haven't started working on a hospital unit or anything. So it still feels like I'm the same me, you know? It's like, wow, a great accomplishment. I was happy to have it out the way and not be studying anymore. But in terms of how I feel internally, I think I feel the same, y'all. Like, it's just the title. How do I stay motivated during slow moving seasons? This is a really good question, actually, because I think a lot of people struggle with this. It's human nature, especially for women, to move in cycles. So you have some times where you feel like you're on top of the world, and then other times where the motivation isn't there and you're feeling a little bit low. But the best way I would say to combat that is to build a schedule and plan for yourself so that you're not using your emotions to determine what you do for the day, or not using how you feel when you wake up in the morning, if you're feeling a little bit low, to determine whether or not you get things done. Also, making to-do lists is very helpful for those slow seasons, because that action of checking things off sends like a boost of dopamine through your brain. It's so helpful. How do I navigate haters? I really don't. Every now and then I might reply with something that's a little bit slick and cocky, but other than that, I really don't respond to haters, because hating hoes ain't happy and happy hoes ain't hating. And that's just that. Nobody's doing better than you is sitting in your comments. I promise you that. They're out in the world doing better. Y'all love asking me this question, child. I can't do a Q&A without y'all asking me about my dating life. Y'all are crazy. Okay, but the question is, am I seeing anyone? And the answer to that is no. I just have not been feeling an interest in dating recently. And I haven't met somebody who's interesting enough to make me have an interest. But when I am, I'm gonna let you guys know and we can have a key about it. Okay, girls, so my makeup is done and we have officially made it to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give her a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you want to see more of the girl, you can always follow me on all my socials. They're listed down below. That will give you the behind the scenes of every single video. With that being said, I love you all and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.